In this video series, I'm going to show you how you can control your computer remotely. I'm going to show you two different pieces of software that are free, and with each of these software packages, you can access your computer either through another computer or any device with a web browser, or you can use an app. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is called LogMeIn. If you go to logmein.com, you'll see their main site here. Now, there are different account levels you can get. When you first sign up, you will have the option to try it as a pro user for 30 days, and then after that, it reverts back to a free account. Okay, so let's just click here, try it free. Okay, and then access your computer remotely. This is the one we're going to use here. So let's just click on that. Okay, so signing up, you give them email and password. And then how you're going to use LogMeIn, so personal or business. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and sign up here. Okay, so I'll check personal here. Whether you wanted to keep you logged in, I'm going to uncheck that because I log into other people's computers for support. But let's just create an account now. Okay, and then what you're going to do is add your computer. So you install the LogMeIn software. We'll click on that. Okay, and here's the download happening here. So I'll just wait for that to finish. Okay, so let's just run this now, which runs the window installer. Make sure you read through the terms and conditions. So just read the license here. Let's click next. Okay, so it gives you your email address at your account holder there. Your type of installation, you have typical and custom. I suggest you just use typical because it does everything you need there. It brings up the description, which is the name of your PC, but you can change it here if you want. Let's click next. Okay, then it gives you the install directory, and you can change it here just like any other Windows install. Let's click next. Okay, and then the usual thing here, we're just going to go through the install process. Okay, now during that phase, you might have seen your monitor flicker while it was starting services that it needed to be able to run the LogMeIn software on your computer. Now, if you look down on my taskbar down here, you can see that LogMeIn is enabled and online. Okay, so as you see, since I'm a new account holder, I now have access to LogMeIn Pro. And it gives you a little tutorial here on accessing from a Mac or PC or iPad or iPhone. Okay, so let's just go into overview here. Here you can access LogMeIn. Okay, and then here we have the computer that's available. So it gives you the computer name, the description that we put in there, the email address that's the login email address, connected remote user. So it shows you if anybody's connected right now. Pending desktop sharing invitation. So you can invite people and shared files. Again, you can share a file here. Okay, and then desktop sharing. So you can send invitations so that people can actually see what you're doing here. And this is where your current invitations are shown. Now, keep in mind, this is the pro version, not the free version that we're looking at here. And then again, we can share files this way. Here's where we can set some options. Okay, so it's logged in through your Windows ID. And here you can set some preferences as to how people can log in. Okay, so this really controls how the session is going to work. So you can disable wallpaper and user interface effects on the host computer, use display acceleration. Okay, and then the keyboard and mouse priority, where it takes priority if two people are using it at the same time. So it's going to take the host side first. Okay, host side users consent. So if you have this checked, it's going to ask for permission for you to log in. Okay, so if you don't want that, you can uncheck that. Okay, so you have some wait times here, and then if we left this check and there's no action or no response, then we can either start a remote control or reject the request. So that gives a little security there so we know who is connecting, and that way we can decide if we want them to be able to connect or not. Okay, remote control has full control access rights to host computer. Host side user is not present. Okay, now here we have never wait for consent in these cases. Remote user has full control access to rights to host this computer, which we set up a little further here. And host side user is not present. Okay, so again, you check the way you want those to work. Okay, you choose here when it's going to lock the computer. And down here we have the appearance. So show log me in icon next to clock, display log me in notification messages. Okay, and then you can pick the language here. Default, of course, is going to be English. Okay, so those are some things you can do there. Now here we have security. Okay, so under security here, you can use specific permissions for specific users by setting it up in here. So you add a user, and then you can give them specific permissions that way. We have allow full control for administrators. And then here we can add another password, which is the password just to get by logged in before you even get in the computer. So you can set that here to give an extra layer of security. Okay, and then here we have IP address filtering. Okay, so there's quite a bit of things there you can do to make your system more secure. Okay, enable wake on LAN from sleep and power off, and that's going to require the state of your computer to be able to be read, which is set up in the BIOS. Okay, network idle time. So you have different things here. You can set your proxy. Remote printing. Okay, and event loops and all kinds of other things that you can set here. Screen recording. Well, these are more advanced things. Software updates. Okay, so once you have that set up, you're all set to have somebody log into your computer to log in yourself when you need to access your computer from a remote location. Okay, so we have that set up on our side now. So let's just go to log me in. We're going to logmein.com. Okay, and then you would log in here. I'm already happen to be logged in because of I just logged in. And this is what you're going to see when you log in. Okay, and then there is the computer that I can connect to. Okay, now I'm on this computer already, so I'm not going to do that. But over here, you have main menu, and if you click on that, remember, this is a remote session now. Okay, so it's connecting up. Okay, so this is what happens when you try and log into a remote computer. It is going to ask for the username, and this is your Windows username, and the password. If you put an extra layer in for log me in, it's going to ask for that. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this. Okay, and then here we have dashboard. Okay, again, it's trying to log in here to bring that in. Now, again, this is in Pro. So we'll go back to here. Updates. So you can see what updates the computer has waiting. Okay, so it shows a little bit of information here and how things are handled as far as Windows installing updates. Okay, and then antivirus. Okay, so it's getting that now. So you can tell quite a bit about your remote computer. Okay, so here we are back at the beginning now, and I've shown you what it looks like with Pro. Now, after your Pro trials up, you're going to lose some of this functionality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in to another computer where Pro has run out and we're just using the free one, and then I'll show you what you can do when controlling that PC. So let's log out of this one. Okay, now I'm gonna log into a computer with just the free log me in installed. So log in. And then what we do is we put the credentials here for the computer we're gonna log into. And then we log in. Okay, so here are the computers that are hooked up to this particular account. Okay, now you'll see that we have less things we can do here. These are both offline right now, so we can't do anything with that. But all we have here, we can look at the updates, we can make a note, and we can look at the properties. As far as logging in, it works pretty much the same. You'll click here, you'll enter the password, and you'll log in. So I'll come back to this one after they log in, and I'll show you a remote session. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for them to sign back on, I'll show you the things that you can do in the free one. Okay, so you have a report viewer, and this just shows you any activity that's happened with the computer here. Okay, so here's the information. You have group, if you had one set up, then you have the computer, email address that they were logged in from, the date and the time of the start, date of the time of the end, and how long they were on. So it gives you a good idea of who's logged into your computer from what ID. Okay, down here under networks, these are Pro features for the most part. Okay, so networks are something you're going to have to purchase. So down here you have your backups. So you get some space where you can back up your computer or you back up another computer. Okay, so really the most you can do here, what's going to be useful to you, is actually logging into your computer or to your client's computer if they have LogMeIn installed, and you can view the reports. Okay, and this is adequate for what most people need to do, just to log in and check their email or whatever it is they need to do. Okay, now, like I said, you can get an app to log in from your mobile devices. So this is the Android one here. I'm in Google Play right now. And if you click here, this is the Log Me In Ignition app. It costs $29.55 to buy it. And then in here, you'll see that you can control all this on your phone or tablet. Okay, and they read the reviews down here. So that's how you can use this from your phone or tablet. Okay, now the next software I'll show you has a free app, so you don't have to pay for it. So that might be a better choice for some people. Okay, so the only other thing I'm going to do is show you how we log into a computer and remote control it. And we'll do that in the next video.